Hello guys, BootCollector here, and today's video is perhaps the most unique boots added into my collection. Over the past few weeks since Harry Kane was spotted wearing unmarked blackout boots, there's been plenty of speculation as to what those boots are. Well, guess what? Thanks to my guys at Direct Soccer, I have one of those boots Kane wore right here to share with you guys. I'll keep the spoiler of who makes these boots and what they are right at the end of the video, but along the way we'll discuss the good and the bad about these boots and why I've added them to the collection. Yes guys, no more waiting, let's get to it. Alright, so first up, this is the box for these boots. Seriously, this is it. No branding, no marks, nothing, just the dispatch tag from Direct, which itself really gives nothing away. Inside, there's no string bag, there's this interesting boot feed platform, I guess I'll fill that out later, but other than that and the tissue paper, just these blackout boots. Direct exclusive released these today and there are just 50 pairs worldwide, although I did notice there is an option of a low and a high version. These are the low for anyone asking and they cost £220. You might think that might be a lot for a boot no one really knows anything about, but I'm excited to take the risk. So first impressions guys, what do you think? I know it's a triple black, save for these red accents on the tips of the studs, and any guesses as to the brand and model at this stage? Anyone going for a new Nike model? You're convinced it's a new Phantom, maybe? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, let me describe the touch and feel for you guys. This textured upper is very pliable, it's very flexible, and if I had to compare it to another boot on the market, it has a very familiar feel of that first gen Phantom GT. That textured upper with the detailing is apparent here, you know, the ridges, the grooves and the swirls, they're all very familiar. The design gives me Predator Accelerator vibes, what with these wavy look and repeated curves here. There's no info leaked on these boots, and I've seen plenty of speculation, and I can tell you they will definitely sit as a control type boot. They're not a speed boot, although they are quite light, but then everything is light these days, so that's not the only indication. The lacing location, soleplate pattern, layout, upper material, all these things, plus what I've been told by my sources, are that these are a control boot. Specifically on that weight, these are a UK 8 and tip the scales at 237 grams, which isn't speed light as I said, but again sits around that Phantom GT weight band. Interesting. It looks sleek though, don't you think? The material used on the collar feels durable, stitched into the upper and running down under the laces. Will be interesting to see how and where the branding and logos are applied here, but there's plenty enough space to brand this up. Under the hood it gets even more interesting. Since we got such a good view on foot of Harry Kane, the images caused many wild speculations. But again, seeing this now here in full, being able to hold it, move it around, it's so familiar to a Nike boot, specifically the Phantom again. I'm spotting a pattern here. Perhaps it's the way the plate is designed, the stud layout, which for this prototype is FG only by the way. The studs themselves are all a mixture of shapes, almost every one of the 12 studs underneath is different. Now normally this type of boot will go straight onto ice in my collecting shelves, but how often do you get to try a prototype boot with zero context? So here you go, let's get a good look at them on foot. As previously said, these are a UK 8, my normal size. They don't feel tight or bulky. You can feel the thinness and lightness of the upper material and can see it bending and flexing with the foot. It is a decent fit for sure, it's quite comfy out of the box and obviously has been stress tested for durability. Now I'm yet to kick a ball in anger so I'll have to report back on that later, but overall the fit is decent. It's certainly interesting to get a brand new boot to market without any of the fanfare or marketing that goes along with it. This boot has caused a lot of noise all by itself and I guess that's because us boot nerds love seeing new things, seeing how the design and tech has changed or evolved or added or removed. The 2020s boot trend is for a lightweight synthetic laced upper, which gives plenty of ball feel. This boot has all those ingredients and arguably that's what makes it so interesting because there's no distraction of brand loyalty or colour preference. It's just a raw, honest example of a brand's boot, so you can take it for what it is. I mentioned branding earlier, be interesting to see the reaction when these drop later this month in a proper colourway all branded up. I have a feeling quite a few people will be surprised and perhaps even put off, but that to me just shows how often the marketing takes over, because if this had a swoosh or 3 stripes, the comments would be going off. I really like this tactic, so it's said, get the boot in its simplest form, and if it's good enough, the noise created gives it its own fame. Alright, we've made it this far, and I know you've skipped to this part of the channel just to find out what the boots are. But before I reveal what you all want to know, please subscribe to the channel, like and share this video with your friends, and if you want to know anything more about these boots or any others, drop that in the comments. I've likened this to a Phantom several times in this video, and with good reason, and will become much more clear when this boot officially launches later in the month. But despite all these similarities, this is 100% not a new Nike boot. I'm confirming that right here. Don't let anyone else try and tell you otherwise, because unfortunately for them, they are wrong. Alright, that's all from me today. Hope you enjoyed this one. See you guys soon.
And try Skechers slip-ins.